Fifth grade, getting ready for sixth grade. Lesson 7. Divide fractions by a whole number. Unlock the problems. 4 friends share 2/3 of a quart of ice cream equally. What fraction of a quart of ice cream does each friend get? What operation will you use to solve the problems? They're going to add, subtract, multiply, divide. Divide. So division. Divide 2/3 by 4. Let the rectangle represent 1 quart of ice cream. Divide it into thirds by drawing vertical lines. Shade 2 of the thirds. So they went ahead and drew 2 vertical lines, broke it into 3 parts, and then colored in 2 of those 3 parts. The rectangle is now divided into 12. Okay, what do we need to do this way though? Okay, so this is broken into 2 and shaded in. And they went ahead and drew that. Then this, how many do we need to break this into? 16. Into 4, right? 4 horizontally. So we've done this before, right guys? Okay. And then they want us to shade how many of those? 2, right? So now the rectangle is divided into how many equal parts? Okay. How many total pieces do you have? 12. 12 equal parts. Each part is 1/12 of the rectangle. Of the 12 equal parts, how many are shaded twice? 2. 2 parts are shaded twice. So, well, 2/12, but what simplified? 1/6 of the rectangle is shaded twice. So each friend gets 1/6 of a quart of ice cream. Try this. Divide 3/4 divided by 2. Divide the rectangle into 4. Shade 3 of the 4. So you just break it into 4 pieces. And then it says to shade 3 of those 4 pieces. Then it says divide the rectangle into halves. So we divided it vertically. Now we're going to divide it horizontally. And then it says to shade how many of those pieces? 3, right? So of the 8 equal parts, how many are shaded? 3 are shaded twice. 3 parts are shaded twice. So what's our fraction? 3/4. Not 3/4, 3. How many total pieces are there, guys? 8. So 3/8 of the rectangle is shaded twice. So 3/4 divided by 2 is 3/8. 3/8. Okay, and then I have also showed you guys what? Inverse operations, correct? Okay. Like I said, I've already shown you guys inverse operations, which they want you to do it this way and draw a diagram. But what I want you guys to also do is show the other way of working it when you just do an inverse operation and use multiplication. Okay, so we're going to do both of those today. So share and show. Complete the model to find the quotient. Write the quotient in simplest form. So 5/6 divided by 2. So first of all, we divide our rectangle into how many pieces vertically? Half. 6, right? So and then we're going to shade how many of those 6? 5. 5. Then we're going to break that into how many pieces vertically? Or not vertically, horizontally. 2. Into 2. So half. Okay. Then we go ahead and just shade half of what we've already shaded, right? So we would go ahead and shade the top row or the bottom row, one of the two. So how many of those total pieces how many, okay, let's do it this way. How many total pieces do we have?
12.
12. And then how many did we shade in? Twice?
6. 3. 5.
5. So my answer is 5 12ths. But I also want you to work it this way. I've taught you guys the inverse operation already where you do 5 6 equals, this would be 2 over 1, right? But, not equals, sorry, multiplication. Multiplied by, and when I say inverse operation, if this is considered 2 over 1, what do we flip that to?
1/2.
1/2. So multiplied by 1/2 equals 5 12ths. So does this answer match that answer?
Yes.
Yes, so I want you to do the drawing, and I want you to do a multiplication problem, okay? All right, so the next one, how many pieces am I going to break it into vertically?
4.
4s. Okay, how many of those 4s am I coloring in?
3.
3. Okay, how am I going to break that horizontally? Into how many pieces?
Into 3.
Into thirds. Then of those thirds, how many am I coloring again? Just one section, right? Okay. Or 3, like you guys said. So how many total pieces do I have?
12.
12. And then, or 12. And then how many did I color in twice?
3.
3. Is that in simplest form? No. So 3 times 12, or what's a common multiple of 3 and 12?
3.
3. 3 goes into 3.
Once.
Once 3 goes into 12.
4 times.
So my answer is,
1.
but then we're also going to check that. So this would actually be 3 over 1, right? Then I do 3/4 times my inverse operation of what? 1/3, which equals 3/12. And then we said that we did get 3/12 except for we simplified, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 2/3 divided by 3. So how many different parts do I need?
3.
3. How many of those am I coloring in?
2.
2. Okay. Then horizontally, how many do I need to break that into?
3.
3. And then of those sections, how many am I coloring in?
1.
1. So technically 2 parts, right? So how many total pieces do I have? 9. How many do I have colored in twice? 2. Can I simplify that?
No.
No. And then I'm going to do my multiplication problem, right? So this is really 3 over 1. So 2/3 times, what's my inverse?
1/3.
1/3 equals
2/9.
2/9. So do those match up? Yes. All right. How many sections am I splitting that into vertically?
5.
5. How many of those am I coloring in?
3.
3. How many sections am I splitting that into horizontally? 2. How many of those sections do I double color?
3 parts.
The 3 parts or half of what I just did horizontally, right? Okay, so how many total pieces do I have?
10.
10. How many do I have double colored?
3.
3. Now I'm going to do my multiplication problem. This would have been what? 2 over
1.
1. So then I write 3 this times, what's my inverse operation?
1/2.
1/2, which equals 3/10. Okay, so do those equal the same thing?
Yes.
Okay, then on your own, you guys are going to do these with your partners. But basically 5 and 6 are just like what we just did. They already have the rectangle drawn for us. 7 and 8, they want a model drawn as well. but you're going to have to draw your own rectangle. Make sense? Okay? And then don't forget to also show your multiplication problem. I know they're not asking you that, but I'm asking you that. Okay? So with your partners, you guys are going to go ahead and do problem solving. Number 9, Heather, Jocelyn, and Dane are each swimming on one leg of a 9/10 mile race. They will divide the distance equally. How far will each team member swim? So what do we need to underline? 9/10 of a mile. And then we need to say Heather, Jocelyn, and Dane, right? Because that tells us how many people, right? Okay, divide the distance equally. How far will each team member swim? So I'm going to draw my picture, right? How many pieces do I need to break that into? 10, right? Okay. How many of those do I need to color in?
9.
9. Okay. How many ways do I need to break that vertically? Horizontally. 3. 1, 2, 3. How many sections do I need to color in? 1, right? So how many total pieces do I have? 30, right? Okay. And then how many did I color in?
9. 9.
Okay, can I simplify that?
No. Yes.
Yes, what number goes into both of those?
3.
3. 3 goes into 9 how many times? 3. 3 goes into 30 how many times?
10.
10. So 3/10 of a
9.
mile. And then we are going to do our multiplication. So this would really be 9/10 divided by what? By 3, right? And then if I do my inverse operation, this would be 3 over 1, right? So I would do 9/10 times 1/3 equals 9/30. And then we would simplify like we did before, correct? All right.